This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
What's up, everybody? I'm back. I had some questions. And what do you do when you have some questions? You ask the internet, of course. And what were these questions, you may ask? We're here to define
cheating in video games.
So it comes with many questions. Stick around to the end of the video and you might learn. Stick around to the end of the video and you might learn a thing or two. Or nothing. At all. Enjoy the video. So I hopped into the Discord chat, told my friends about these questions, and a fellow content creator took it upon themselves to be a bro. Sis? Their name is Scarecrow. You can find them on Twitch, and they made a survey. Not only that, they took that survey to Reddit, to some like-minded gamers, and well, you guys definitely fought. Meanwhile, I went to the ground floor and asked these questions to gamers personally on VRChat to try to get the conversation started.
Just tell them that I'm Swag Smasher, the Swag Bastard, and it's been a pleasure.
I then took this all to the internet, did some research.
You twit.
You remember this guy? Oh, yes. Yeah, we don't listen to that guy anymore. But before we get into all that, I'm gonna start off with a little gamer history. In the late 80s to the early 90s, cheat codes were actually developer tools rather than cheat codes. According to Dustin Hanson, author of Game On in the early days of the gaming business, developers incorporated cheat codes into the games as a method to bounce from level to level while beta testing. Kind of like the warp in Super Mario Bros. When you can skip 50% of the level. However, once the game was completed, it was easier for the creators to leave in the small tweaks into their source code rather than manually take them out. Cheats were originally named pokes, a technique that was used to reverse engineer the source code of the game, changing values in the code to give yourself something like infinite health, infinite ammo, unlocks, and so on. Fast forward, this is essentially what Cheat Engine is today on PC. A lot of this information came from this article that I'll link down below. Pokes were very niche, so not many gamers utilized them because the technology wasn't as intuitive as it is today. It's not as easy as just downloading Cheat Engine and changing some values. Newer consoles such as the Atari 2000 and the NES started hitting homes. Gamers couldn't readily change the code of the game anymore. It was sometimes hidden inside of the plastic cartridge. I know, unofficial sponsor. This video is unofficially sponsored by Save Wizard. Cheats for money. Yay, power.
あのグラディウスがファミコンソフトになった。未知との戦いは今始まった。全宇宙を飲み込んだ超スペースファイターグラディウス絶賛発売中。Konami.
In the early 1980s, a Nintendo game named Gradius was developed by Kazuhisa Hashimoto, and he discovered that the game that he made was exceedingly difficult during the debugging phase. So difficult that he himself couldn't beat the levels. Hilarious. So he made himself an easy to remember code to get through tough spots of the levels. Shout out to my 90s kids who know the Konami code. This code would birth cheats and many more games to come. You could finally be the cool kid with 30 lives in Contra. This newfound button mashing at the menu screen gave gamers a taste of what it's like to be powerful. Now remember, there was no internet, there was no Reddit, there was Nintendo Power.
Nintendo headquarters, expert game counselors answer your questions. Their source of information, Nintendo Power. Your direct connection to the pro.
If you could convince your parents to buy you one of these bad boys, wait, you were probably getting bullied. Kids wanted the Bible of Cheats, reaching 1.5 million subs after its first 5 months. Better than me. Alternatively, you could call the support hotline to try to get help in certain parts of the game that you were stuck in. But people were calling in so much that Nintendo just couldn't keep up with the calls. This magazine would provide the latest tips, cheats, and shortcuts to guarantee that you beat the game as fast as possible so you can convince your parents to buy you another game. And this got me thinking, gamers want to be powerful. Which brings me to these guys. Doug McRae and Steve Golson. They created the first kits for a game called Missile Command, creating super missile attacks by modding the game. And these kits were one of the first mods. These kits blew up. People were buying them left and right. People wanted a more challenging version, a modded version of Missile Command. Atari took legal action against them, but eventually settled under the condition that they just work for Atari, which sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. Which makes me wonder, is modding a game harder than cheating? Do you remember the Game Shark? The Game Genie? If you don't, you were probably born in this era. These are adaptations of what those kits were like. Not exactly creating a new game, but modifying the existing code to make the game fresh, fun, and exciting. But ultimately, it made them easier, which was cheating, right? So it brought me here, cheating in single-player games. Now, this rabbit hole goes far, so I won't be touching every concept, philosophy, reasoning, or method, because it's just too much. So before we go any further, let's clear up some language. Google defines cheats as this, and it's number 5 that seem to apply to us. So looking at the language, to violate the rules deliberately. So according to the sense of the word, it appears that you're cheating only if you're aware of the cheating, because you're doing it deliberately, which means you're doing it with intent, not by accident. Because cheating doesn't happen by accident. You didn't cheat by accident.
What about?
Oh, I think I found a good hide.
I just muted Discord. I am invisible, boys.
What'd you do?
I may have found a glitch.
You found a glitch?
Cheating?
Are you a cheater?
I'm invisible again.
What?
And the other definition, to position oneself closer to a certain area than is normal or expected, which looks a lot like this.
Thou who approacheth, destined to death, I will not have it stolen from me again.
So, glitches, basically, right? So, what is a glitch? Well, a glitch is defined as this. So it's 3, 5, and 6 that mostly applies to us, and it's 6 that catches my eye. A bug or an exploit. Cheating equals glitching, but glitching is also exploiting. So glitching and exploiting are the same, more or less. So exploiting or exploit, this is where things are funny. Exploit. Seems like 1 and 2 as the transitive applies, to employ the greatest possible advantage. So to use selfishly or unethically. So if you discovered a glitch or an exploit and decided to use it just for yourself and act selfishly, you're cheating. But these YouTubers who post their findings aren't cheating then, because this levels the playing field for all the players. If I can do it, now you can do it. And if you choose not to do it, that's on you, because the information is out there. It reminds me of Nintendo Power, but digital. Now that we've got the terminology cleared up, let's get into the data. I will talk about online, but for now, let's just talk solo. Looking at the statistics, cheating in video games, I found some interesting information in the survey. 58% said it doesn't ruin the experience. If you want to experience the entire game without feeling like you're getting good enough to beat it, cheats can be very helpful. Subjective to the player and doesn't affect others. Nobody forces me to use cheats when I'm playing alone, meaning everything I use is my own choice. And since I'm not an idiot, I don't put in cheats I don't like. Another saying, some games are pointless if you cheat to get everything, and I believe it goes against the spirit of the game. These are all fair arguments. Asking if the game was unfair, a whopping 90% said no. A victimless crime, people are saying. These answers were blowing my mind. 76% they would consider using cheats on their second playthrough. 45% said that cheats aren't as accessible as they are today. 34% said that they are. Which is why I ask you guys, are mods and cheats different, or do you consider them the same? Some developers believe this to be cheating, and other developers encourage it. So it's strange. Going down the list of the survey, we find that almost 100% said that cheating is a problem when it starts affecting others, which is interesting. As soon as there's another person at the end of the line, the opinion shifts, which is reasonable. I wouldn't want to play a game that is riddled full of cheaters.
You fucking suck. You didn't won a game in the last 5 fucking games, dude. You fucking fucked up in pretty air. You're using a cheater mod, you stupid fuck.
If you guys want to check out the survey, I have it linked down below. Thank you, Scarecrow, and thank you for everybody for participating. Even with all this data, I wasn't satisfied. I went to VRChat and asked a few people the same questions, more or less, and here's what their thoughts were. From a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to cheat in a video game?
Given all things are equal, not at all.
It depends, because if it's an online game, no. But if it's an offline game where I just want to fuck around and do shit, totally, yes, 100%.
It depends on how easy it is to cheat. If it's super easy, might as well.
I'd say maybe a 3.
A 3? A neutral?
It really depends. It really depends on, do I absolutely need them, or are they kind of just there for sometimes my convenient use?
Okay. How likely from 1 to 5 are you to mod in a video game?
If it's got Steam Workshop compatibility, 100%. If
Okay.
it's got third party, it depends on how much I like the game. Like
sure.
Blade and Sorcery has lots of third party mods. Makes the game so much funner. Star Wars lightsabers, perfect.
When all things are equal, not at all. When odds are stacked against me, I instantly turn to mods.
If it's for like recreational purposes, like Minecraft mods and stuff, probably, because I hate playing Minecraft vanilla. If you were to take it into VRChat's terms, for my comfort, highly likely.
I've been modding for a long time, with like starting with Source Engine and retextures. I do sound design, so I like modding game sound. So yes, I will mod anything. If I find something to mod, I will mod the shit out of it.
Do you consider mods to be cheating?
Depending on the mod, yes. There are mods that completely rework the game to its core level, which is basically cheating.
Okay.
And then there's some mods that are just quality of life updates. So, for example, let's say a game has some annoying bug that's never been fixed, so someone modded it out. Not really cheating if you're just fixing something.
Like a self patch, in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. Like in Binding of Isaac, for example. There's an angel room where there's a beggar right by the door, so when you walk through, you bump the beggar and you lose a coin. There's a mod that literally just moves them 3 inches over.
Do you think it ruins the experience?
Modding and cheating is your experience. Cheating and modding is literally what you make it to be. That is literally the foundation for modding as it is.
So you separate cheats and mods?
Yeah, I separate them because mods, like, if your experience of a mod sucks, then just use a different mod. Like, it's not a thing you can make it into like one experience. Mods are several different experiences. Same with cheating in a way. You can use aimbot, you can use wall hacks. It's all a different experience. So no, it's your choice to make it ruined.
I only started modding seriously online multiplayer when I became an adult. You know, it wasn't when I was a kid. I had no intentions of it.
With the mod, it really depends on what experience you're trying to get out of it. If it's like someone else is cheating and they're ruining your experience, then yeah. But if you're using the mods to create your own experience, then it's not ruining the experience. That's to your level. It's more of whether do the mods affect other people's experience or do they just affect yours. People are gonna find a way to mod stuff, but it really depends what's that person's intention. Because I'm guessing the cheat codes were there. That was just for fun and recreational purposes. But as online games came out and people use it to their advantage, that's where things get a little haywire. And so it's truly more of the matter of what do you have it for, and do they have a reason to ban it? If you're online and you're using like mods and stuff for hacking, then yeah, sure, that's just plain rude. To put it into simpler terms, I'm not the kind of person that's going to go out and ruin people's life.
Okay. So I suppose it depends who you ask. Shout out to these guys. They're awesome. I love you. You too can find power in these secrets. Is little Timmy over there pissing you off? Don't worry, we have Secret Meta. Exploit by Meta. Batteries not included. I also wondered, is Meta cheats? Finding a combo loadout or stat boost strat that outweighs the competition. Would you consider these cheats? Finding unfair advantages over the opponent? Unfair mechanics that provide edges? Is this the peak of the game? Or am I just a smart player that utilizes the mathematical peak of the strength in the game? There is so many things I didn't talk about in this video that I just simply couldn't, because I want to get this video out to you guys as fast as I could. There's still things like user agreements that we haven't talked about, what they consider cheating, because we see what online cheating is like. Online cheating is hacking, which is wrong, because you're screwing over other people, using an unfair advantage to get over on people, instead of using an unfair advantage to get over on the AI. I don't claim to have the answers in this video. In fact, I'm trying to find them. I simply want to start a conversation between your friends, your communities, and in the comments down below. I'm just a dude on the internet. Take my words with a grain of salt. Cheating in video games has come a long way. I think mods make things fresh for games, and it gives the community a chance to work on their favorite games, possibly giving them the spotlight to be seen by developers, and then work professionally on their favorite games. Cheats provide power to those who seek it. It creates shortcuts for speedrunners, creating impossible clear times. Sometimes they even create brand new games that are just rip-offs of the old, but we need the past to realize the new. I know I can dive so much deeper into this, but thank you for reaching all the way to the end of the video. This has been James Figgies with Figgies Collectibles. Have a kick-ass day. Merch. YouTuber things. Plug. Bye. Oh hey. You made it to the end of the video. Sick. What is the, is it, whose slogan is this? Power in the palm of your hands. Exploit by Meta. Exploit by Meta. You too can find power in these. For all my math mains, okay? Cheating equals glitching. Alright? Let's put it like this for all my STEM mains. Okay? So, glitches. Hi, Mom.